Now, welcome to Transfer Business and News with ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, Nana-Poku Hitfield. It's another lovely Monday morning, 7th August 2023, our year of grace, our year of power, and our year of abundance as Africans. Now, today, we are about to talk about Africa's unity, because what we are hearing and the music that just started the show, Bob Nesta Marley, redemption song, he said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for the atomic energy, because none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some will say it's just a part of it. You've got to fulfill a book. Now, let us talk about the coup d'etat that is going on in Niger. And we know that is the writing as the youth of Africans. Pan-Africanists around the world know that when our brothers are doing something, it is because they are fed up with the situation. We know that black people are never violent people. Because if we are violent people, whatever you've done to us 500 years, you should be paying for it right now. But then we love you, because we know the universal law of polarity that talks about everything having two sides. We know we live in a world of abundance, so we want you to live on your side of your continent and let us live on our side. But then you twist the narrative. Now this world, as I can see, is a world of propaganda and perception. This is a world of propaganda and perception, where even somebody killing you can get to the public and say something different and it is accepted. But then we know that when we respect ourselves, when we are united on one front, there is no power in this world than the black race. So we as Africans, the youth of Africa, my name is Bediako-Poku, the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. I am an African born in Ghana. Who are you? We are one people. And we are telling France today that if France throws a missile and it hits anywhere on the continent of Africa, he has declared war on the youth of Africa. Because we know what is right. We are about to implement the Pan-African system. And this Pan-African system is an ancient system used by our forefathers in Kemet. We have a Sankofa symbol that says Sankofa Yenchi. So now we know who we are. We know we are the gods. We know Earth is just the 3D version of the universe. This is a warning to Joe Biden. This is a warning to Angela Merkel, Emmanuel Macron, and whoever thinks he has the ego of trying to hurt Africa in 2023, when we are basking in our grace, when we are basking in our power, when we are basking in our abundance. You dare come to the gods of earth with stupidity in 2023. Now, the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana story will already be written in African folklore. I am certain of that. But then, because there is two sides to every story, it is the story that the story now is in the hands of Europeans. We are telling them any attack on Africa is an attack on Africa as a united front. Because the youth of Africa, we know what you've done. We've seen about your systems. Your religion is poor, and your religion promotes negativity than positivity. And we know all this, and we say go along with everything that you brought. With your systems, everything. Move out from our continent before it turns into something that the world will write history about. Now, this time around, we won't throw missiles, because we know who we are. In quantum field, the past, the present, and the future is just there. We are going to write your names in hieroglyphics and ancient languages. We are going to burn it, and we are going to remove our energy as black people on Europeans. And within 77 days, people will forget France. It's just as simple as that. We don't need to throw missiles. We are the gods of this earth, and we will co-create with the universe to make sure these people are never seen after 77 years. And I can do that in a heartbeat. We are the gods of this earth. You dare come to us with stupidity. And then when a black man wants to gather what is left of his own people, you label us, call us dictators. You killed Thomas Sankara. You killed Patrice Lumumba. You killed virtually every black man that stood for his people. I'm now believing that Idi Amin would have been like a saint. Because when I think about what you are doing now in my eyes, I am questioning whatever you gave to me. I am questioning from your God to the very being. And I know I created you. Black people created white people. And you know it. Now, this fight, I'm telling, if you are a white lady that will watch me later on in the show, please advise your husbands. Because if they throw a missile, if they throw a stone, I swear a stone, we will remove our energy from Europeans. And in 77 years, we will make sure anything France we cancel from our dictionaries. Our energies alone will drain them. The air will become poison. The water they drink will drain their pale skin. And the earth will clean itself from the recessive gene. I said, we know who we are. Don't try the African in 2023. When we are living and basking in our grace, power, and abundance. We, as the youth of Africa, we are here. Anything that happens to Niger has happened to Ghana. Anything that happens to... Because when you came and said you were bombing democracy into Libya, we were telling you no, and look at what Libya has become. Because of one man that you wanted to kill. A man of visions for Africa. Leave our continent now. Leave our continent tomorrow. And make sure by 2023, anything that belongs to Africa that is kept in the West, after 2023, it will become a curse on your land. It will evoke tsunamis. Now, I said we know who we are. Don't. We have many faces. I have many faces. I have many faces. I have many faces. I can do like this and I look different. Look at me. I'm a many-faced God. We know who we are. We are coming for whatever belongs to Africa today. We are coming for whatever belongs to Africa tomorrow. Anybody that will stand in the way of the universe. Because we are bringing our gun. And our gun is God, universe, and nature. We will use the air and see. The coronavirus will be the least of your troubles. Coronavirus will be the least of your troubles. If you dare throw something to hit, because the people you are going to kill are my brothers, my sisters, my aunties, my grandfathers. They are Africans. And they are fighting for their country. So you leave this country. France, leave our continent, and I call on every army in Africa to make sure no natural resource leaves Africa now. You want us to give us our uranium to go and fight a war against Russia. You want children to go and work in these mines, to give you ammunition to go fight a stupid war, and you want us to be... Come on, Africa. We are here to co-create with the universe. Now today, I will give you my power as an African. I will show you a key that every African that will watch me later on should practice. And everything I know, I've put it on a frequency. And that frequency, I'm telling you how to tune in. It's just like a radio. Like in Ghana, if you want to tune in to 104.3, which is Peace FM, you need to tune in on the radio before you can hear what they say, right? So then, I have made it in astral projection. And I'm giving this to every African. Now, if you're a white man and you have good intentions, you can do it too. I know we created you. Even when we sack all white people from Africa now, 100 years later, there will be white people in Africa. Do you know why? Because we give birth to white people. We are the mother of all races. That is why I don't want it to be against white and blacks. But then they all stood and watched how black people were oppressed daily and said nothing. How can you tell me Niger is still using franc or whatever it's called, when they are using euros? The Ivory Coast Parliament, they were paying rent to France every year after independence. Everything in Niger, 50% goes to France, and they also have the first right of refusal on any other deal. So it means when Niger mines its uranium, France has 50%, and after they have taken the 50%, the 50% that is left, they have the first right of refusal on it. So if they say, oh no, we won't buy it, also they have to find a market for the uranium. How can we live in our continent and you come here and dare talk to the gods like this? As I said, we know who we are now. We are picking the pieces of what is left with our continent. We have gone back to bring Pan-African system. And I'm glad we have hit 1 billion Pan-Africanists around the world. Why are you not a Pan-Africanist? Share this video if you are a Pan-Africanist. Let it get to whoever is in charge. Let it get to all white women so that they tell their husbands to think differently. I said all we need to do is focus differently on Europe. And in 77 years, there won't be a soul. The Eiffel Tower will be there as a symbol of a country that was once there. But there won't be anybody there. Because when black removes the energy from you, the air will be your poison. Because you are a recessive gene. I said we know who we are. As I said, I will teach you how to connect to me on a frequency in astral projection. Now I'm talking to enlightened people who can meditate. So if you haven't started your journey, start quietening your mind all the time before you go to bed. Shut down from the world. Whatever you've heard, shut it down and concentrate on the inner peace in you, the love in you, the God in you, and let us start from there. Now, okay, let me put that one out before we talk about France and whatever they are doing to Niger. Now, in the next 30 days, right, I want you to go through a spiritual cleansing yourself. Ask your fathers, ask your mothers about some leaves like nyenya or whatever. Nyenya, ask your mothers, right? Ask them and they will let you cleanse yourself. Now, cleanse yourself on the first day of this 30 days, and start on the day you were born, right? Start on the day you were born. So start the 30 days from the day you were born. Get a calendar, mark it out. So the first day that you were born, that is when you start these 30 days. Now, this is not fasting. You don't need to let your stomach, come on. I'm giving you keys and portals, so listen. Now, that first day, mention my name. Obokume kuma nana nochi Bediako-Poku. Obokume kuma nana nochi Bediako-Poku. That first day. Mention now, trust me guys, I made it the simplest form. Because sometimes we need to code these things in order for those people who think they know everything about the universe. What do they know? Do they know how the universe... I said, this war won't be a war where we need to die. We will change things in the cosmos. Because the air we breathe, they can't breathe. They are a recessive gene. I said, Earth nature. My gun is God, the universe, and nature. We live spiritually before we live physically. This is just a 3D version of the universe. I keep giving you this scenario. Imagine somebody who is dead. If that person doesn't hear bass and treble and whatever it is, that doesn't mean there's nothing like that. It is just outside of his or her consciousness as a dead person. The same goes as blind. The fact that a blind person can't see color doesn't mean there's no color. And I'm telling you, this universe is abundant. You are more than you think you are. Get into your spirituality and you will know the God in you. You will know that when you speak, you manifest it. And then you wait for the 3D version to manifest in your eyes. So call my name in the course of those 30 days. Call the name 777 times. Because of the 77 portals that happened. As I said, it was supposed to be 777 times 777 times 777. So 3 times before you could get into that portal of what I know in this world. But then I had to beg my forefathers to bring it down so that every youth in Africa can know what I know, can tap into the same power I tap in. And we are here to create a better world, a better Africa for our children. We have suffered enough. Our fathers were the ones enslaved. We need to change the narrative. And it starts with us respecting each other and loving one another. I said France, Germany, United States. If you hit Africa, even with a pin, you have declared war on the youth of Africa. Because we are one people. It is not just Niger. We believe that our brothers know what is right and they are doing the right thing. Now, ECOWAS is there to protect Africa. The ICC is made up of just African countries. The International Criminal Court, why is US and these European countries not part of the International Criminal Court? So so they have a system that trials Africans who want to do right by their people. And they say they have their system that trials them. So when an African dies, it's nothing. When a white man dies, it's news. Is that the system you've made? Keep it in your country and never come back here. Because if you come back here with stupidity again, we will wipe your race out. I said in 77 years, just 77 years, the Eiffel Tower will have nobody watching it. Because it will be just a symbol for what the ordained crown prince of Ghana did to France. Don't try us. Don't try the gods of this earth. Never. Because what black can do to you, you have no idea. Don't think of a bruised ego. Because we are not going to throw missiles. We are going to, I said the air, the water, the food, everything you touch will kill you 777 times 777 times 777. That is the portal that just passed. And we tap into this to create what we are seeing around Africa. The Pan-African system. Somebody said, should blacks leave all other countries? We are Africa. Now, let me give you, somebody just put a comment in and let me tell him this or her this, right? Rosca. Africa is big enough for every black man. What they haven't taught us is that just DRC is bigger than the whole of Western Europe. That includes the France and the Germany that is there. Just DRC. You can fit the United States in Africa. You can fit China in Africa. You can fit, what is the name? South America in Africa, and there'll be land left. So that is what they don't want you to know around the diaspora. So they create a scenario and they don't take responsibility for anything, but they own everything. They make systems that enslave us. They give us money, a paper, and tell us to give us our natural resources for them. But they will tell us, no, Africa is poor because of their own people. How can you take 50% of a country's natural resource and give the country a currency you have stopped using? After 500 years that you enslaved the person, even if the person is free, you still give the person such systems. So we've realized to Europeans, colonization is not something that was fought in the past. No, not at all. To Europeans, colonization is something that we as Africans need to fight every day. That is what we've seen. That is how it will be forever. So we need to start respecting ourselves as black people to make sure that we, on a united front, there is no race in this world. We have the biggest human resource available in the world. And we have the median age of 19 years. We have the youth on our side. The kingdom of Africa is upon us. I'm sending love to Ibrahim Traore, the second coming of Thomas Sankara, for doing a marvelous job in Burkina Faso. I believe in my brother than somebody who will sit somewhere and dictate what Africa becomes. Leave our continent before it turns something else. Because we can wipe you like this, my brothers. Tap into my power. Go on your knees, pray to your forefathers. Call on Thomas Sankara. Call on the spirit of Patrice Lumumba and meditate. Now, on the first day, as I said, mention the name 30 times. Bediako-Poku. Mention it 30 times. The first day. The first day, which is the day you were born. Let's say you were born on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, you start this Tuesday and for the next 30 days. So every day, make sure you ask your mothers, they'll use herbs to cleanse yourself, right? Before you sleep, mention my name 30 times and sleep, right? And sleep and call on your forefathers to open you to the universe, to open into my frequency. Now, make sure the first and the last days, you mention my name 30 times each on the first and the last day you were born, right? But then in the course of the 30 days, make sure you mark it. Make sure you have mentioned it 777 times. So 777 because of the 77 portals. And trust me, whatever I know here, I am willing to give to my brothers because you are my brothers. I know when you think like how I think, Africa will be better. So I'm giving it free. I got it free. I got the portals from King Solomon free. I got the portals from Mansa Musa free. And I'm giving it free. Tap into grace. Tap into power. And tap into abundance as an African. My name is Bediako-Poku. And I've decided not to talk about Manchester United even anymore. Because it's pissing me out. We live where we should enjoy each other. But then you put stupid systems like this. And when we talk about it, you call us names. We know who we are. Get the f out of our country. Get the f out of our continent. Never come back again. Because we've realized we need to make these people, if we don't stop this, when we are dead and gone, our children will still face this stupidity. If you think, I keep telling black people around the world who think they are rich, Oprah Winfrey and all these black people who are sitting down and just, come on Tyler Perry. Come on Tyler Perry. As for Barack Obama, he's a sellout and come on. Normally I don't talk this about my father. Sorry, Barack Obama. Sorry. You see what white people can make? Sorry, Barack Obama. Because whatever it is, he's older, right? And I give respect to my fathers. But then you see, don't be puppets of the same people that colonize your fathers. Don't be puppets. That is why they put old people in government. Look at the Nigerian president. How old is he? Because when you look at the time he was born in slavery. So that child's upbringing will be to say yes, Amasa, to the colonial master. And those are the people they want in charge. They don't want Bediako-Poku running the affairs of Ghana. So they put puppets there. It's about time we tell them we are not puppets. To do the bidding. ECOWAS. If you go to Niger, You are going there to stand with your brothers in Niger to fight the oppressors' rule. If ECOWAS sends troops to Niger, I'm calling on every brother that is in the army that you are going there to stand with your brothers to fight the oppressors' rule. This is our time to change the fortunes of our continent. But then I said this war won't be a war that blood will be shed. It will be a war where we will forget a race in our minds. And everything, the earth, nature, God, the universe will clean itself up of the recessive gene. You don't know what we can do, eh? We've just been watching you and we are like, what are these people doing? It's not like we can, come on. We are about to implement the Pan-African system in our continent. And we don't want any interference. As a matter of fact, we want the borders of Africa to be closed now. No tourists in Africa today. And to close our borders, no natural resources are leaving our continent from today onwards. Our cocoa will be for our children. Our gold will be medals on our footballers' neck. It will be medals on our boxers, yes, our athletes, their neck. We won't give you a pin anymore because we've realized that the more we want you to do the right thing, the more you do the wrong thing. To you, colonization is not something that we fought. Colonization is an everyday thing that black people need to fight, because every system you do is to oppress the black people more and more and more. We are here to co-create with the universe. I said you can't fight this war. I swear you can't. Don't bruise your ego. You cannot. You cannot fight this war and win. No, not when the ordained crown prince is here. I said we will enter the cosmos and change destiny there. And you, 50,000 years ago, when did you come to earth? When did white... Come on, we taught you so. Whatever you know, you stole it from us. Whitewashing history, breaking the statue, the noses of the statue, creating Israel to create to justify a narrative for Christ. Come on, we've seen all that. We know who we are. We will just write your name in an ancient language, a Commercian language, and we will burn it, throw it into the wind, and your air will kill you. Your food will kill you. The ocean will rise, and tsunamis that will hit. I said the Eiffel Tower will be just a symbol for a country that once lived there. Come on. I said Monaco will be. Don't try. This time around, if you hit Africa, anywhere of Africa, with a missile, you've hit everybody in Africa. We are one people. We are one brothers. We will have one army. We will have one currency. And that currency, we will call it the Gaddafi dinar, in honor of Muhammad Gaddafi and what he stood for, his vision for Africa. And he was killed, just like they want to kill Ibrahim Traore. But we know he's the Thomas Sankara of yesterday, reincarnated. Because after Thomas Sankara was killed, he was born. And look at the similarities. Both are at 34. But this time around, I won't let anybody touch Ibrahim Traore or anybody in Africa. You are my brothers, and we are here to create with the universe. I'm sending you love. Nothing but love, my brothers. We are here. And if somebody touches our brother, that person has touched us. We will blacklist people. I said we will remove our energy from you, and nature will clean you up. Nature will engulf France, and 100 years later, if somebody tells another person that this place used to be a very vibrant city, just like Jericho have become, I said what we will do to you, trust me. What is the name? Look at the skulls that are found underneath France. There is a place where you go and it is just black people, our skulls. The skeleton of black people are there. You know it. It is in your museums. Bring everything that belongs to Africa back to the land. Because after 2023, everything that belongs to Africa in your land will become curses. Everything. I said we are going to wipe you out from existence. We are going to go back in time and plug you out from existence. Never come to Africa telling us what to do again. Never throw missiles. I said if you throw a pin, let your ego bruise you. Let your ego bruise you. Be bruised by your ego. Don't ask your forefathers who Africans are and go be bruised. I said I'm daring you. The story will be written. It can be written in love and it can be written in violence. Violence by just switching a key. I have the keys to come on. I have the keys to Mansa Musa's world and the portals and his spirituality. I have the keys to King Solomon's world, and I am the ordained crown prince of Ghana. People, it is better to live in love than to live in violence. That is why we have chosen the bigger route. But this is just a 3D version of this universe. We will teach you. We know the universe. We have been here for billions of years. So far as there has been earth, there has been a black man. Be proud of who you are. You don't know who you are. That is what they want. They don't want you to know. Charlie, it's been a pleasure having you. Pleasure having you today. Tap into. So make sure in 30 days, mention my name, Obonkumekuma Nana Nochi Bediako-Poku. Obonkuma, the first day, 30 times. The last day, 30 times. But between these 30 days, make sure you have mentioned it 777 times. And trust me, I'll give you everything I know here for free. Connect is in the frequency. Everything you see is energy. Raise your vibrations. Raise your vibrations to the ordained crown prince vibration. And I'll connect to you. And I said everything that they've taught me, everything that Okonfanoche has taught me, everything that I keep learning from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, from Patrice Lumumba, from Muhammad Gaddafi, you will know it overnight without ever going to school. I'm giving it free. I'm giving it free because I am love. I said the story can be written in two ways. The love way or way that they sign their own death warrant. Don't be bruised by ego and think we don't know who we are. We won't fight you here. We will fight you in the beginning of the creation. You need our uranium to make bombs and you want to fight Africa. You are barbarians. Barbarians. You are the most barbaric. As a matter of fact, I want every white man to marry an African to get rid of the white genes. Because now we've realized your pineal glands, they don't develop. That is why you don't grow in consciousness. We need to get rid of this recessive gene. You come to the gods of the earth and you come banging out. Come on, we know who we are. We are not our fathers that were saying yes, Amasa to you. We came back to take Africa to what it belongs to. That is why you see Julius Malema. You see Pierre Lumumba. You see Dr. Umar Johnson. You see everybody talking. Why do you think we are talking? And I'm manifesting all these people. But then I want you to know power is back in Africa. We are bringing Oshun. We are bringing Amun. I said, what? Hey, trust me. Trust me, Africa. You shouldn't be afraid of anybody, let alone the person you created. This is not a war. It's men against boys. I swear it is. Call all your spiritual people. They can manifest faster than the ordained crown prince of Ghana. Because I said, all those Freemasons, I said you don't have power. I swear you don't. I said I swear you don't. You don't. Don't. I said this story will be written in two ways. Choose a way of love. If you choose violence, in 77 years, The Eiffel Tower won't have... Now, an object needs a viewer to exist. An object needs a viewer to exist. A stone in the forest, you can't see a stone that is lying in the forest from an aeroplane. Even a tree, you can't distinguish between a mahogany and a sapele or whatever. So you are nobody in front of us. You are nobody. Nobody. We are going to cause the oceans to rise. I said, don't try the African in 2023 when we are basking in grace, power, and abundance. Don't try us. We look at me. I want you to look at my face well. I'm a many-faced God. I'm a many-faced God. I can change my face and I'll look different anytime. Look at my face. I can change my hairstyle and I look different anytime. Don't try this. It's been a pleasure having you. Viva Africa. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite and arise to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. In Ghana, there won't be any coup. I've said it on numerous occasions. Because after 2023, we are not going to vote again. We are implementing the Pan-African system as the youth. And the Pan-African system is what Africa and everybody will use. Because this is a system that will think about you and I. This is a system that even if you give birth to a child and you are no more, the system will take care of the child. We won't pay fees. There is nothing like fees. Because we are all billionaires. So if my child can go to a school, I want your child to go to that school. We are brothers and sisters from one place. Our unity is making the world crumble. Our unity is making the white man the oppressor. Now the same energy you pray against Satan, you should pray that against the French and the English and people who don't want this world to know peace. And I said, in 77 years, the Eiffel Tower won't have a viewer. Don't try us in 2023. It's been a pleasure having you, my brothers. I'm leaving you with grace, power, and abundance. Tap into what I said. Tap into whatever I know. I'm giving to you for free. Tap into the power and do miracles and do magic. Because I know if you feel like, if you know what I know, this world, Africa will become a better place. Come on. What we are about to do with our continent? They said aliens built the pyramids. They don't believe we have the brains to build the pyramids. Look at them. A recessive gene trying to look at a fully melanated person and think that person is stupid. No, that person is conscious. That person is civilized. You are barbaric. You are treaty breakers. Everything under the sun that have gone wrong has come from your end. But then you've flipped the coin and told people black is black, bad. Your languages say so. That is why in English, everything black means bad. And you teach it to our children to hate ourselves so that we don't know the God in us. Black people, you are the master of your reality. Watch your thoughts, it becomes your words. Watch your words, it becomes your actions. Watch your actions, it becomes your character. Watch your character, it will become your destiny. You are who you say you are. You are here on a unique journey to co-create with Africa for an abundant Africa. I'm calling on my brothers with love. I'm calling on my brothers with affection. I am happy that we will see this day. Before Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's birthday, 21st September, Africa will be united. 1 week celebration. Davido, Burna Boy, hit Africa. Go on a road tour. Because now the borders will be broken. We won't have borders. Go to Ghana today, drive to Nigeria tomorrow, and let us start building our continent. Railways, Chungwo, China. I want you to start building me tunnel boring machines. We are about to tunnel Africa to make transport easier. So that I can live in South Africa and come to Ghana for 45 minutes and run away to South Africa some more, and I'll run away to Ethiopia some more, then I'll go to Cameroon some more, then I'll go to Eritrea some more, then I'll go to the Horn of Africa, which is Somaliland. I want to be in Somaliland one day. I want to be in Namibia. I want to be in South Africa. I want to be in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Eritrea, Cairo, Ghana. Hey, I'm already in Ghana. Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Mauritania, Niger. How can you tell me a country that gives you the main ingredients for making bombs is the third poorest country in the world? And if you think the people in Niger are wrong to stand up against this stupidity, then you yourself look in the mirror. If you think they are wrong, look in the mirror, because if there ever is a devil, you are the perfect epitome of it. Look at your faces in the mirror. How can you tell me a country rich in these resources, which is uranium, used in making bombs and nuclear weapons, is the third poorest country in the world, and you give them a currency you have stopped using? You use euro, but you give the people of Niger the CFA. Hey, you see, you used to be proud of your achievements. Now you are ashamed of it. The idea of Great Britain is not because they made sure there was no hunger in the world, but they went on a rampage, being barbaric, killing everybody and telling everybody what to do, and saying that, come on. You can't be the oppressor and be the judge at the same time. I said, we won't give you guys energy again. Our energy will be on our people. And in just 77 years, you will perish. You will perish from that side of the earth. I'm telling you, you will do. If black people remove our energy, I said you will perish in just 77 years. I'm telling you. If you like, try it. We will blacklist you. This time going forward, yes, you created a word for it. Blacklist. Thank you. We will blacklist you, remove your everything about you from our society. And in just 77 years, nature, I said our gun is God, the universe, and nature. That is our gun. We are here to enjoy life. You've given us systems. You've brought doctrines that make us destroy our land because we are going to a place called heaven, and we anti-personal indoctrination against one another. Look at the systems you've imposed on our people. There weren't thieves in Africa before Christianity and Islam. There weren't one. Ask your forefathers. Connect with them. That is why they said, no go poa. Wabahano, wubeba bedi, wubeba beye ni papa ana. That is in heaven. You've come here on earth. Be a good person. Let us all be good people. Love one another. Love is the biggest energy in the world. If you have love, you won't think of going to harm any other person. How can we do this? By systems and making sure that I won't have 3-course meal and say you watching me. No, you need to go and dig the ground, and you won't even have to, and you can't even afford 1 meal. Black people around the world, stand up for your brothers and sisters, because there is strength in unity. If we are united, if the youth, we are already united. I said we have 1 billion. This morning I was watching it and I was laughing because I'm manifesting everything. 1 billion Pan-Africanists. So the Pan-African system is already here. We are still working. If you are a software engineer, somebody in AI, send me an email, rohanrenko@gmail.com. Sorry guys. I think I'm having cold. Send me an email. Tell me what you've created, what you want to put in the Pan-African system. I said everything will be S. We are going to make sure Kantanka, we give a lot of backing to Kantanka for the next 100 years. We are starting with electric cars. Yes, we will make sure we live in a carbon-free environment. I'm a scientist. What do you think? We are going to make Africa the best place to live on earth.